Okay, so let's do some 2-minute drawings now. So here you can see I'm just kind of determining things by drawing in dark and light shapes next to each other, but it's the way the shapes have been drawn that imply a certain kind of thing, right? The shapes that I put in here, the little hook shapes, hopefully will denote the interior of an ear. And then your 2 minutes is up, and that's it. That's all you get. But you can see in 2 minutes you can still get quite a bit. It just depends on what you focus on, what kind of shapes you're focusing on. Let's do another 2-minute drawing here, and this one is going to be a similar drawing, only I'm going to focus on the geometry. And here I'm focusing on the way a map would be developed on the head. Using planes, trains and automobiles. No, using planes and structure, I'm able to determine where all those bits of information go. And in this drawing I'm under 2 minutes already. Actually, I'm still under a minute, and I have the majority of the drawing in. So now it's just a matter of going back around and retracing my footsteps and looking for things of interest that hopefully denote the type of person we're looking at. And these are more akin to the likeness of the sitter. The first set of lines that we put in, though, are map lines. They tell us what to look for, or where to look for it. And in some instances, too, because of the way the shapes are designed, they are telling us what to look for. Eyeball, nose, bridge of nose, that sort of stuff. And all these rhythm lines that have been drawn in, all these mapping lines, are the structure of anatomy that forces shadows in the first place. It's where shapes start and stop, and how the tone of light falls over those shapes. Right, and so a 2-minute drawing, again, we have similar finishes here. We have very similar conclusions, different approaches to getting there, but very similar conclusions. We can also be more abstract about it. We can carve everything out in dark and light shapes, which of course we do need a map. So in this instance, my map is going to be more about how I carve. And each of these lines that I'm designing into the picture space is an area that I'm going to carve into or sharpen up with blocks of tone, looking at it much like a woodcarver would. So I have a shape that goes right along in here, and I'm going to build it as a facet being like a puzzle piece. Comes up this way, draws along the side of the hat, then goes underneath the face, or underneath the hat onto the face, and that whole area is one projected piece. Then we have another one here, one right in front of the jaw, and it helps define things like the underside of the chin, the throat and such. We have small shapes in the corner of the eye socket, small shapes that indicate the details within the eye structure, small shapes on the side and bottom of the nose, small shapes on the far side of the face to indicate the other eye socket, corner of the mouth, corner of the nose, and then any other smaller details I might project in as lines, knowing that all these other things are going to be blocked out as tones. And then I lose my 2 minutes, and that's it.